Okay, so for sharing the record to a collection of user. Okay, collection of user means what? A group of user. Collection of record means what? A group of user. Okay, so to share the record, okay, to share the record to a collection of user, we need to create a group. We need to create what? We need to create a group. Fine. So now there is a concept in Salesforce which is called as public group. Okay, which is called as what? A public group. It's called as what? A public group. So, with the help of public group, we can share the record. Okay, we can share the record to one or more than one user. Okay, to one or more than one user at a time. Okay, at a time. So, that is why Salesforce has given us a group that is called as a public group. That is a public group. Okay, so what is actually a public group? Public group is a collection of user. Okay. Now, what is public group? Public group is a collection of users. Okay. Collection of what? Users, which can be used to share the information to all the group member at a time. Okay. So, public group. Okay. Public group can be used to share the record, okay, to collection of user, okay, collection of user at a time. At a time means if there are 10 users and I want to share that particular record to 10 user. Okay, so manually I need to go and click on sharing, again share record, again share record, again share record. So it is an hectic process. So for sharing the record at a time to a collection of user or a collection of user, okay, Salesforce has given us the concept that is what? A public group. Okay, public group. Now we can have one or more than one public group. Okay, we can have one or more than one public group. Public group. We can have one or more than one public group in Salesforce. Okay, imagine your WhatsApp group. Imagine your WhatsApp group. Okay, what actually WhatsApp group contain? Multiple contacts. Okay, multiple contacts, one or more than one contacts means if you are sharing anything in your group, that text, that image, that video will be shared to all the members, those who are present in the group. Likewise, same concept is here, that is public group. Okay, that is a public group, and it will contain your collection of what? User. It will contain your collection of user. Now, how to create the public group? Now, how to create the public group? Creation of public group. Okay, very simple. बहुत सिंपल है. Go to setup, go to administrator menu. Okay, go to setup, go to administrator menu. Under administrator menu there will be a managed user. Okay, expand that managed user and you can find the link to create the public group, and you can find the link to create the public group. So as usual, go to setup. Okay, go to setup. After setup, I will not write the full explanation. I will just write that go to setup. Okay, setup. From setup, we can go to administer administer menu. Okay, from administer menu, we can go to manage user. Okay, manage user, and from manage user, if we expand the manage user, we can find the link for public group. Okay, we can find the public group. We can find what? Public group. Okay, in public group, now you will find a button. Okay, in public group, now you will find a button that is click on new group. Okay, click on what? New group button to create a public group. Okay, to create what? To create a public group. Fine. Now, as soon as you click on this, you will need to enter the information related to the public group. So enter the name of public group. Okay, enter the name of what? A public group. For example, you can give as Nagpur sales group. Okay, for example, you can give as Nagpur sales group. Okay, now our group is created. Now what? Our group is created. Now as soon as our group is created, we need to add the members into the group. Means we need to add the user in that group. Okay, so add the members in the group. What? We need to add the members in the group. Okay, and after that, click on save button. Okay, our public group is ready. Okay, our public group is what? Ready. Let's see practically. Let's see practically if we can. This is our org. Okay, cloudblade salesforce. Go to setup, administrator menu, manage user, and you can find a public group. Okay, you can find a public group. Okay, now we'll do it in lightning also. Okay, so I will open my same org in my different browser. Okay, I will do go and click in switch to lightning experience button. Okay, so from setup. Okay, so I am into setup only. So from setup, you can write public. Okay, so under the user section, you will see the public group. Under the user section, you can see the public group. Just open it. As soon as you will open, the same screen will going to open. Okay, the same screen will going to open like your what? Classic. Okay, like your classic. So there is a button. Okay, there is a new button. So we can click on this new button, and you can give the label. It will be the group name. Okay, it will be the group name, and you can add the members, and you can add the members. So right now we can give Nagpur sales group. Okay, Nagpur sales group we can write. So The group name, that is API name, will get automatically generated. Okay. Now available member and selected member. Okay. Now I want to select what members. Okay. So we can add roles, and subordinate, we can add users, and we can also add a group into a group. Okay, we can also add a group into a group. Okay, now let's see users. So these are my all users. Okay, these are what my all users. So now you can select the users. Now what, you can select the users. Okay, so let's see, we can select all platform license user into this group. So testing was my platform, manager was my platform, and customer was my platform. So I will select. Okay, so these are my members of my group. Okay, now I will save. So now my Nagpur sales group is created. Now my Nagpur sales group is created. You can create multiple groups. Okay, you can create what? You can create a multiple groups like Nagpur sales group. Okay, same you can write. Okay, you can write many groups. You can create Mumbai, Amravati. Okay, Pune, Nasik. Okay, so this will be your groups. Okay, consider this will be your groups. Now there is one more group, that is Maharashtra sales group. Okay, Maharashtra sales group. Okay, so now this. Okay, so now if now this all groups can be inserted into this Maharashtra sales group. Okay, so this all groups can be inserted into what? Maharashtra sales group. Okay, Maharashtra sales group. Like we can create new. Okay, and if we can, like, Maharashtra sales group. Okay, so there is an options. Okay, there are some options. There are some options. There are some options. Okay, public group, role, subordinate, users. If you will click on users, you will see the users. If you click on this public group, you can see the public group, and you can save. So you can add a group into a group also. So you can add a group into a group also. Okay, it is also possible. So now as we have created two group, that is Nagpur sales group and Maharashtra sales group. Now we'll see one example. Okay, we can see one example. Before seeing example, we need to say something, that is okay. So all the public group. Okay, all the public group will be resides in a object in Salesforce. Okay, and the object name is and the object name is and the object name is group, and object name is group. The id of group will start with OOG. The ID of group will start with what? OOG. With OOG. Now, this is the group. Okay. Now, all the what? all the information, okay, all the information of members in the group, okay, in the group will be maintained in a object, okay, in an object that is group member, okay, that is group member. So see, सारे ग्रुप्स जो भी हम लोग बनाएंगे वो ग्रुप्स हमारे कहाँ रिसाइड करेंगे, इट विल बी इन ग्रुप ऑब्जेक्ट, ओके, एंड द इंफॉर्मेशन of your members or your users in the group will be stored in your group member object, in your what, group member object. Fine. So there might be some questions related to this public group also. Means what, can we add one group into another group, okay, what types of members can we add, we can add roles also, we can add users also, okay, and we can add one group into another groups, okay, fine. So now let's see an example, okay, so let's see an example. हम लोग एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, फाइन. सो अभी एग्जाम्पल कैसे लेंगे, वेरी सिंपल, okay. Now what we'll do, we'll go and we'll log in with my development user, okay, I will go and log in with my development user, okay, I will click on this user, I will log in with my development user, okay. Now I will go to account, okay. Why I'm creating the record in account only, because yesterday we have set our account OWD as private, and when your object OWD is private, then only a sharing button will get enabled. Then only a sharing button will get enabled, else it will not get enabled. Okay. Now click on this new. Okay. Continue, and we will create one record, that is group share record. That is what, group share record test. Okay. Now I will click on save. Now my group share record test is created, and you can see the sharing button is enabled, and you can see that sharing button is enabled. Now what I will do, I will share this record to my group, I will share this record to my group. Okay. Click on this sharing button, okay, add, click on this add. Now share the record, okay, so you can share with user, role, subordinate roles, but I want to share with groups, so I will click on this group, all internal users, means this was already given by Salesforce, and we have created two groups, that is Maharashtra sales group and Nagpur sales group. So what we'll do, we'll share to Nagpur sales group, okay, and I will save. So as soon as I click on save, my record is shared to three users at a time. My record is shared to three users. Let me do one thing. Okay, so I have not given the accessibility level. Okay, I have not given the accessibility level. So what we'll do this time, we'll do accessibility level as read write. Let's see, the other user can able to edit it. Okay, yesterday we have given only read only, but today we'll give as read write. Save. Okay, so now we have shared the record, development user had shared the record to Nagpur sales group, and in Nagpur sales group we have three users, that is testing user, customer user, and manager user. Okay, and we have given the record accessibility level to read write. Okay, read write means he can view also, he can edit also. Let's see, we'll go one by one. Okay, we'll click on Salesforce Classic. We'll go to setup. We'll search for users. Okay, click on this users. Now first of all we will log in with whom? A testing user. Okay, let's see. I have logged in with testing user. Now I will going to log in with manager user also, and I will going to log in with customer user also. Now see, I have logged in with three different users. So this is my testing user, this is my testing user, and this is also my testing user. Okay, so it is not allowing to logged in a single browser. Okay, so let's keep as it is. Okay, a testing user. Okay, a testing user, we have created record where? In account. Okay, personally we have not shared the record to testing user. Testing user is a member of a group, that is Nagpur sales group, and we have shared the record to Nagpur sales group. Let's see, we can see the record in account. Yes, so we can see the group share record test. Okay, we can see what? The group share record test. So now we have given the accessibility level as what? Read write. Let's see, we can edit or okay, now we can able to edit. Okay, now we can able to edit because we have given the accessibility as read write. Okay, yesterday we have given as read only. Now let's go log out and let's see with user manager account, all account. Yes, okay, it is present. Let's see, edit, we'll change, save. Okay, we can edit also. Now again we'll go and log out and logged in with what? Customer user. Let's see, account. बोलिए. hmm Change हो गया because the record is only one. Record is only one, so it is not differentiating. Data is not getting differentiate. Data will not going to be differentiate user to user. Data will remain same. Okay, suppose development user has created the record. Okay, and he has given the and he has shared the record. Okay, to three users, and suppose the testing user is changing the record, then that change record will be visible to your development user also, who has created the record, then manager user also, and customer user also. User to user data will not vary. User to user data will not vary because you are doing changes in on a same account record, on a same account record. Okay, so data will not going to vary. If you are changing the data, it will be changed for all the user. Okay, so now you can see we can also edit here in our what? Customer user. So this is how we can, so this is how we can what? Share the record to one or more user. Okay, we can share the record to one or more user at a time using what? A group. Using what? A public group. So very simple concept, that is public group. Okay, if someone asks if you want to share the record to more than one user at a time, what we can use? So a simple answer is we can create a group, we can add a multiple user in that group, and we can share the record to that particular group. We have also created one more group, that is Maharashtra sales group. So if we are sharing the record to Maharashtra sales group, and Maharashtra sales group contains Nagpur sales group, and Nagpur sales group have these three users: testing, customer, and manager. So automatically the record will going to share to that three users. Okay, that three users, same way. Okay, same way. So this is what your manual sharing is, by sharing a single record, and you are sharing a collection, sharing a record to a collection of user using a public group, using a public group. Okay, fine. Now, so you can create a use case by yourself, and you can share the record. Okay, you can share the record. Now, yesterday we have seen the types of sharing rule, manual sharing rule. So we have done with this manual sharing. Okay, now my second is automated sharing rule. Apex sharing rule we'll see at the time of development. Okay, now automated sharing means with the help of sharing rules. Okay, with the help of what? Sharing rules. Till now what we were doing, we are sharing the data with the help of a button click. Okay, we are sharing the data with the help of a button click. Okay, but every time it is not possible, or it is not a good practice in technology to have a human intervention. Okay, suppose what if you want to share the record on the creation of record itself. जब आप रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट कर रहे हो, या जब आप रिकॉर्ड अपडेट कर रहे हो, एट दैट टाइम अगर वो रिकॉर्ड शेयर हो जाता है, सो देन यू विल नॉट हैव टू डू योर manual activity. Okay, you will not have to do your manual activity. So for that reason, Salesforce has given us one more sharing type, that is automated sharing. That is automated sharing. So in automated sharing, the record will be shared on the basis of certain criteria. In automated sharing, the record will be shared on the basis of certain criteria at the time of creation of your record, at the time of creation of your record. And if you are editing or updating, then also you can share the record. And for manual sharing, there was a condition that if your object OWD is private, if your object OWD is private, then only your button will get enabled, then only your sharing button will get enabled. Okay, but in automated sharing, we don't need button. Okay, we don't need button. So getting now. And for each object, okay, for each object we can have one or more sharing rule. Okay, and for each object we can have one or more sharing rules. Okay, we can have one or more sharing rules. So for automated sharing, we need to create a sharing rules. We need to create a sharing rules. So let's see, write some definitions and we'll see. Okay, now sharing each record. Okay, sharing each record inside the object. Okay, inside what? Inside the object to one or more user by manual sharing is difficult process. It is a difficult process and time consuming. Okay, and time consuming. Now Now, second point. Okay. So to make the sharing process easy and simplified, we have we can automate the sharing process by creating sharing rules. By creating what? By creating a sharing rules. Okay? By creating what? Sharing rules. Okay. Now, for each object, okay, whether it may be your standard or whether it may be your custom, okay, we can have one or more than one sharing rule. एक या एक से ज्यादा शेयरिंग रूल हमारे ऑब्जेक्ट में हो सकते हैं. ओके. Sharing rule will get fired. Okay, fired, or in technical, executed. Okay, sharing rule will get fired or executed at the time of creation of record and updation of record. Okay, कब कब sharing rule can fire? Sharing rule can fire at the time of creating the record and at the time of updating the record. Okay, at the time of updating the record. Now, so now Salesforce has provided us two rules for sharing the record automatically. Okay, Salesforce has provided us two rules for sharing the record automatically. Okay, now rule types. Okay, what is rule types? The first rule is share record. Okay, based on owner. Okay, owner के basis पे you can share the record. Okay, we can share the record to one or more user based on the record owner. Okay, based on what? Record owner. We can share the record, okay, to one or more user based on record owner. Means what? Suppose the record owner is development user, then share this record to testing user, development user, and customer user. If the record owner is development user, then share the record to testing user, development user, or manager user. Okay. So if the record owner is manager user, then share the record with development user and testing user. Okay, and if record owner is your system admin, then share the record with development user, testing user, manager user, customer user. Okay, so on the basis of your record owner, we can share the record. Okay, we can share the record using this share record based on owner. Now, the second one is, and it is important, share the record. Okay, अभी जब भी आप कोई रिकॉर्ड बनाते हो तो रिकॉर्ड का ओनर बनता है. हाँ, So on the basis of record owner, so if your record owner is development user, so आपको शेयरिंग रूल लिखना है कि इफ यूर दिस इज योर रिकॉर्ड ओनर देन शेयर दिस रिकॉर्ड टू दिस यूजर्स. Okay, suppose if Pramod has created the record and the owner is Pramod, then share the record to Bhushan. If Bhushan has created the record and the owner is Bhushan, then share the record to Kumed. Okay, if Kumed has created the record and the record owner is Kumed, then share the record with Falguni, Kalyani and Ashwini, I think. Okay, बाकी लोगों को शेयर करें. ओके, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिकॉर्ड ओनर, मतलब वो रिकॉर्ड ओनर के बेसिस के ऊपर होगा. वैसा हम लोगों को रूल क्रिएट करने पड़ते हैं. ओके, ना अभी द नेक्स्ट वन इज शेयर द रिकॉर्ड बेस्ड ऑन criteria. Share the record based on criteria. Share the record based on criteria means on certain criteria you can share the record. On certain criteria you can share the record means suppose suppose I want to share the lead record. Suppose I want to share the lead record. Okay, and you have created one lead. Okay, and you have created one lead. So criteria means if the lead record city is Nagpur, if lead record city is Nagpur, then share the record to Nagpur sales group. Then share the record with whom? Nagpur sales group. Okay, मतलब कोई criteria, मतलब some criteria. Likewise we have created the enhanced list view. Okay, we have created the enhanced list view. On which basis we have created enhanced list view? On certain criteria. Suppose the annual revenue is greater than 50,000, then show the record, else do not show the record. In the same way, if annual revenue is greater than 50,000, then share the record with this user. Okay, so in this way we can share the record based on criteria. Certain criteria means certain if condition अगर ये ऐसा होगा then only share the record, else don't. Okay, likewise if you are getting 95% above in your IIT exam, then only you can get the admission to IIT, else you will not get. Okay, इस तरीके के कुछ criterias होते हैं. Okay, so we can make our own criteria. We can share the record, and we can share the record to public group user. Okay, on basis of some condition or criteria. Okay, or criteria. Okay, means what will happen. Okay, when you will create a record. Okay, when you will create a record, and if it satisfied your criteria, okay, then only record will share, else it will not share, because it is automatic. Because it is what? Automatic means if your criteria is satisfied, then only your record will going to share, else your record will not be going to share and it will not be visible. Okay, fine. Now एनी कोई यहाँ तक अभी कोई प्रॉब्लम? ओके, क्लियर है? क्लियर है क्या? यस और नो? ओके फाइन. नाउ अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे? वी विल फर्स्ट सी द सेकंड टाइप and after that we'll go for first one. Okay, now so let me write a use case. Okay, so create a sharing rule. Okay, what? Create a sharing rule on account object. Okay, where on account object to make account record to be visible to Nagpur sales group. Okay, to Nagpur sales group on the basis of certain, on the basis of below criteria. Okay, criteria on the basis of what? Below criteria. Abhi criteria, let's see. So first criteria, that is rating field. There is a rating field in account. Okay, if your rating field is warm, if your rating field is warm. Second, industry equals to some education. Okay. Third criteria, account, there is a field that is active. If equals to yes. Okay. Third, fourth one, ownership is also one field. Ownership equals to private. Private. So if these four condition are getting satisfied, so if this four condition is getting satisfied, then only your record will be shared to Nagpur sales group. To whom? To Nagpur sales group. If इसमें से अगर एक भी condition satisfied नहीं होती है, then your record will not going to be shared. Then your record will not going to be shared. Okay, समझ में आया? Now we'll implement this sharing rule. Okay, we'll implement this what? Sharing rule. Let's implement. शेयरिंग रूल करने लिखने के लिए हमको कहाँ जाना है? सिंपल है, एज इट इज गो टू सेटअप. ओके, गो टू व्हाट? सेटअप मेन्यू. फ्रॉम सेटअप मेन्यू, फर्स्ट पॉइंट, गो टू एडमिनिस माइनस administer menu. Okay, administer menu. Second point, click on security control. Okay, click on what? Security control. Expand it. Okay, fine, you need to expand it. Third point, in security control there is sharing setting. Okay, there is sharing setting link. Click on that sharing setting link. Okay, click on that sharing setting link. Okay, now fourth one, go to sharing rule section. Okay, there is a section that is sharing rule section. Okay, there is a section that is sharing rule section. Okay, now let's go and see can we find a sharing rule section. Okay, let's go, and what we'll do, we'll log out with development user. We'll go with our admin login only. Okay, now first of all we'll go with classic, and we'll also see with the help of lightning. Okay, now setup, administrator menu, security control. Under security control, sharing setting, click, and in sharing setting we need to go where sharing rule. Okay, we need to go where sharing rule, and sharing rule will be present as a related list. Okay, as a related list. So let's go other setting, lead sharing, account sharing, opportunity sharing, user sharing. Okay, individual rule sharing. These are all what you are sharing. Okay, these all are your object sharings rule. Okay, these all are what your object sharing rules. Okay, means see, other sharing setting, this object lead sharing rule, account object sharing rule, opportunity sharing rule, case sharing rule, campaign sharing rule. Okay, these are the sharing rules. Okay, you can क्रिएट. ओके, सो यहाँ पे जितने भी ऑब्जेक्ट है सब आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहे होंगे. सबके लिए अलग अलग रूल्स होते हैं. ओके, सबके लिए क्या होता है, अलग अलग रूल्स होते हैं, बिकॉज हर ऑब्जेक्ट का रिकॉर्ड इज डिफरेंट. सो फॉर एवरी ऑब्जेक्ट देयर इज डिफरेंट शेयरिंग रूल. Okay, for every object there is a different sharing rule. Let's see we can have, let's see we can have a sharing rule for our custom objects also. Yes, student information sharing rule is there, position sharing rule is also there, hiring manager. Okay, attendance, author, book. Okay, we have this type of sharing rule. Okay, now, so I need account sharing rule. So this is my account sharing rule. Okay, now write a note over here. Okay, all the sharing rule will be, okay, visible as a related list, as a related list. Okay, as a what, related list, as a related list. Now, it's a related list. Now example, account, lead, opportunity. Okay, and custom objects. Okay, and custom objects. Okay, like position, books. Okay, इस type से we have our sharing rules. Okay, now if we want to create a sharing rule, just go to that related section of the object in which you want to create the sharing rule. So my use case is that I want to create a sharing rule on account object. On which object? On my account object. So I will go and click a new button under account sharing section. Under account sharing section. Okay, click on new button. Okay, click on new button. Click on new button. Okay, click on new button to create a sharing rule. Okay, create a sharing rule on account object sharing rule section. Okay, भूलना मत ये चीज. Okay, now sixth point, enter the rule name. Okay, what? Enter the rule name, and there is one more field, that is description and description and description. Seventh point, select the rule type. Okay, seventh point is select the rule type. I've already told you that there are two types of rules. Okay, there are two types of sharing rule. One is owner based and second is criteria based. Okay, record based on owner, record based on what? Criteria. Okay, so there are two type of rules through which we can share the record. One is criteria and one is owner. So while we are creating the sharing rule, we need to select the rule type. Okay, we need to select the rule type. So based on owner is first, based on criteria is second. Okay, criteria. Okay, now first we'll create based on criteria, after that we'll create based on owner. Okay, now eighth one, if we select based on criteria, then we need to specify the rule condition. Specify the rule condition. Okay, specify the rule condition. Okay, specify the rule condition. So what is the rule condition? We have this rule condition. Okay, हमारे पास कौन सी rule condition है? This is my rule condition. Okay, I need to specify this rule condition. Okay, I need to specify what? This rule condition. Now ninth point. Okay, ninth point, select the user to grant the visibility. Okay, select the user to grant the visibility, or you can select the public group also, or you can select the public group also. Select the users to grant or to share. Okay, example, any user or public group, or a public group, किसी यूजर को या किसी पब्लिक ग्रुप को also you can. Okay, now the 10th one is, now the 10th one is the last point, that is select the access level. Select the access level on record. Okay, now the access level is what? Read only and read write. Okay, either this or either this. So it will be like this. Okay, read only or read write. Okay, read only or what? Read write. Now our rules get created. 11th is click on save button and our rules get created. Okay, and our what? Rules get created. Very simple. Okay, very simple. क्या क्या करना है? What we need to do? We need to click on we need to go to our what? Sharing rule section. Okay, and it is present in related list. Fine, so we'll go and create one by one. Okay, so same, security control, sharing setting, click on the sharing setting. Okay, where are the rules present? Rules are present under the after other settings. Okay, so these are the sharing rule sections, and you can find all the object sharings rule over here. Okay, my use case is that I want to share the account record. So click on this new button. Click on this what? New button. As soon as you will click on this new button, this page will going to open. Okay, this page will going to open. So now you can write the name of your sharing rule. Okay, example what we can say, share the record with Nagpur, share with Nagpur sales group. Okay, share with Nagpur sales group. Share with Nagpur sales group. Rule name will come automatically. Share the records based on below criteria to Nagpur sales group. Okay, fine. To Nagpur sales group. Now, second point is select your type. Okay, select your type, rule type based on record owner or based on criteria. So we are saying based on criteria. Let's see. Click on this. As soon as you will click on this, as soon as you will click on this, you can see the criteria. What you can see? Criteria. Fine. Now create the criteria. Okay, create the criteria. So what is the criteria? Rating should be warm. Okay, rating should be warm. So let's see, यहाँ पे सारे accounts के field आ जाएंगे. Let's see the rating. Click R over here. Yes, R is present. R rating should be warm. Okay, so rating equals to warm. So this is the lookup icon. You can see the all the pick list value present in rating. So let's go. There are three. So I will click on warm. Okay, inserted. Second criteria, industry should be education. Okay, industry should be what? Education. So let's see industry. Okay, so this is my industry. Now industry equals to, industry is also pick list value. Let's see, education is there present. Education is present. Yes, education is present. So click on this education, select. Okay, now your two criteria are ready. The third criteria is active equals to yes. Okay, active should be equals to yes. So let's see, we have this active and it should be equals to yes. Okay, insert. Now my fourth criteria, ownership equals to private, and ownership equals to what? Private. Let's see, we have ownership field or not. Yes, I have an ownership field. Okay, equals to, what is my criteria? Private. Okay, so private. So this is my condition. So this is my condition. If this condition will satisfy, then only your record will share, else your record will not going to share. Okay, now come to this step 4, that is select the user to share. Now you can select the user to whom you want to share the record. So let's click share with roles and subordinates. Sorry, I have mentioned here to a single user also, but we cannot share. Okay, so where I've written that, select the user to grant no, click rule description, share any user or public group. So to public group and roles. Okay, public group and roles. Fine. Now, okay, now share with public group. Okay, share with whom? Public group. Now as you select this public group, you can see the groups. Okay, you can see the groups. I want to share with Nagpur sales group. Okay, Nagpur sales group. Now you can give the default access. So I will give read only. Okay, what I will do, I will give read only, and I will save. Now it will recalculate of sharing access will be continue in background. You will receive an email notification upon completion. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay. Now इसका मतलब क्या था? सपोज अगर ये क्राइटेरिया से रिलेटेड कोई रिकॉर्ड ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट हो गए ना मेरे पास, तो वो अपने आप शेयर हो जाएगी. वो अपने आप क्या हो गए? इट विल गेट शेयर्ड ऑटोमेटिकली. Okay, it will get shared automatically. See my rules get created. See my rules get what? Created. So this is the action, this is the criteria shared with. हाँ, वो क्राइटेरिया से रिलेटेड, अगर वो क्राइटेरिया सेटिस्फाइड हो रहा होगा तो ये कैलकुलेट हो जाए रूल और वो अपने आप शेयर हो जाएंगे. अगर क्राइटेरिया विल एग्जिस्ट मीन्स द रिकॉर्ड एग्जिस्ट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस क्राइटेरिया, अगर वो एग्जिस्ट करते होंगे then it will going to share automatically in background, otherwise it will not going to share. Okay, so you can recalculate from here also. Okay, you can recalculate from here also means you can say that the historical records which are already present. Okay, which are already present. Fine. Now let's see if I have received any mail or not, because we receive every time we receive a mail that if your calculation is completed or not. Yes, the following sharing rule has been successfully shared with Nagpur sales group. Okay, this is my name. Okay, अभी मुझे ये मेल भी आ गया. Now let's go and try to share the record. Now go and try to share the record. Now I will create the record. Okay, what I will do, I will create a record with my admin only. With my admin only, let's see it gets shared or not. Okay, it gets shared or not. Let's click on account, click on new account, customer, sharing rule record. Okay. Sharing rule positive testing. Okay, positive testing means we are checking for a positive scenario first, then we will see for negative scenario. Okay, now what is my rule? Rating should be warm. So where is rating? Rating is warm. Okay, industry education, so where is my industry? This is my industry. Okay, it is present, so I will write education. Active, yes. Active, this is the active. Okay, yes. Okay, now ownership private. Let's see ownership field is present or not. Okay, so ownership is what? Private. So as soon as I will click on save button, as soon as I will click on save button, my record should get shared because I am satisfying the criteria. Okay, now let's click on save. Okay, now let's click on save. My records get created. My records get what? Created. Let's see if it is shared to the users or not. Okay, I will log out with this customer user. Okay, now I will refresh and I will again log in with every user, that is logging with testing user. I will click on this account, sharing rule, positive testing, sharing rule, positive testing. Okay, it's get shared, it's get shared. Okay, and it is read only access. Let's see. Fine, so now it is shared to your testing user. Okay, testing user को shared हुआ है. Now I will go and see with my customer user. I will go and see with my first manager user, then we'll go for customer user. Okay, account, go, sharing rule, positive testing, it is shared. Okay, now let's log out and I will log in with my customer user also. Let's say is it shared with customer user or not. All account. Okay, sharing rule positive testing. Okay, it is shared. Let's see in lightning, can we edit? Where is the edit button? Yes. Oops, you don't have a necessary privilege to edit this record. Okay, so it is giving me an error. Now we have checked with three users, that is testing users, customer user and manager user, because we have shared this record with these two users. In Nagpur sales group these three users are present, but I am having one more user. Okay, that is my development user. I am having one more user, that is my development user, and that development user is not present in Nagpur sales group. Okay, and that development user is not present in what, my Nagpur sales group. Let's see what happened. Click on login. Let's click on account. Sharing rule positive testing is shared with this record. How it is possible? How it is possible? Yes, it will be possible. How it will be possible? Let's give me the answer. I want to answer. Why it is visible? Why it is visible? Give me the answer. No, I have not shared with owner. I have shared with criteria. But just tell me इसको दिखा क्यों? सोचो. डेवलपमेंट यूजर को क्यों दिखा? सोचो. टेस्टिंग यूजर का मैनेजर कौन है? जस्ट अ सेकंड. ओपन. सी, टेस्टिंग यूजर का मैनेजर वाज डेवलपमेंट यूजर. दैट्स व्हाई जैसे ही टेस्टिंग यूजर के बकेट में रिकॉर्ड आया तो वो डेवलपमेंट यूजर को भी दिखा. जैसे ही वो टेस्टिंग यूजर के बकेट में आया, it is visible to your development user. So we have also checked with our role hierarchy. Okay, we have also checked with our role hierarchy. Fine. So it is a good sign. कहीं पे भी फेल नहीं होती है. It will always work. मिलेगी ही मिलेगी record. You will get the record. Okay, you will get the record. Let's see, can we edit the record in development user? Okay, so uh, this is my development user ना. Okay, सी, प्रिविलेज नहीं है, बिकॉज टेस्टिंग यूजर के पास जो प्रिविलेज है वही डेवलपमेंट ऊपर वाले को भी यही है प्रिविलेज. ओके, अगर उसके पास रीड राइट का एक्सेस रहता तो इसके पास भी रहता. ओके, बिकॉज वो रिकॉर्ड शेयर हुआ है, एंड वो रिकॉर्ड जैसे ही शेयर हुआ है वो उसके मैनेजर को देखना चालू हो गया. बट वाइल शेयरिंग द रिकॉर्ड वी हैव जस्ट गिवन द रीड एक्सेस. सो टेस्टिंग यूजर के मैनेजर को भी उसका रीड ही एक्सेस है, वो नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज बेसिकली दिस रिकॉर्ड इज ओन बाय योर system admin, that is your cloud bridge Salesforce. Okay, so this is how your sharing rule works. So this is how your sharing rule works. Okay, now अभी मैंने आपको एक यूज केस बना के दे दिया. नाउ अ यूज केस फॉर यू गाइस. Create a sharing rule on account object to make account record to be visible to Nagpur sales group on the basis of below criteria. नहीं. Okay, on the basis of based on OW owner. Based on what? Owner. अभी I can show you how it works. Okay, but I need कि आप लोग खुद एक बार उसको ट्राई करके देखो. Okay, पहले ये ट्राई करके देखना, देन ट्राई दिस। नहीं होता है तो आई विल शो यू टुमारो डेफिनेटली, बट फर्स्ट यू ट्राई टू डू। ओके, ठीक है, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, सेम चीज़ फॉलो करनी है। सिक्योरिटी कंट्रोल्स में जाना है, शेयरिंग सेटिंग में जाना है, रिलेटेड लिस्ट में जाना है अकाउंट के, और ओनर के बेस पे आपको अकाउंट का रिकॉर्ड को शेयर करना है। बस वहाँ पे दो ऑप्शंस थे, वो दो ऑप्शंस में से आपको बेस्ड ऑन ओनर सिलेक्ट करना है। नीचे जो सेक्शन आएगा उसके अंदर से आपको वो सारी चीज़ें करके देखनी है। ओके, मेक इट हैबिट। आज करके देखो, नहीं होता है तो मैं कल आपको आई विल डेफिनेटली टेल यू। फाइन। हाँ बोलो।